The Foo Fighters have made a movie, and I wasn't expecting much from it, but yeah, it wasn't much. Let's talk about why. I've been a Foo Fighters fan all my life, and I guess they've got nothing left to lose because they've made a movie, not music. The Foo Fighters are one of my favourite bands. I love a lot of their songs and many of their albums. I'm not a big fan of their metal-y stuff, but I've been a big Foo Fighters fan for most of my life. I've been to see them live, I've listened to every album, I've even gone to a cinema to see a live screening of one of their concerts. So when the Foo Fighters announced they were making a movie, I was pretty excited because some of their music videos are pretty damn good. Then I heard it was a horror movie and I instantly went, eh. Then I saw the trailer, I was like, this could be a lot of fun. Then I saw the Red Band trailer, I was like, I guarantee what's happened here is they put all the best bits in the trailer because that's pretty much exactly what happens. Now the Foo Fighters have made a movie called Studio 666, a movie in which Dave Grohl is possessed by a demon and ends up killing his band members in order to go solo. The movie is something of a gore film. There's a lot of brutal killings in it. However, like I mentioned, most of them are in the trailer. So if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the more gruesome parts of the movie. Horror is generally not my preferred genre of movie. Gore in particular is not something I seek out. It's not something that, you know, excites me in terms of movies. Some people like that stuff for some reason. Clearly Dave Grohl is a big fan. And the production values within the movie are pretty damn good. Some of the cinematography is very interesting. And overall, the technicals on the movie, pretty solid. When it comes to writing, however, it's some of the cheesiest dialogue throughout the movie you'll ever hear in any movie. Then it comes out to the acting, and the main actors in the movie are all the members of the Foo Fighters. Rami Jaffe, Nate Mendel, Pat Smear, Chris Shiflett, Taylor Hawkins, and of course Dave Grohl. They're the main actors within the movie. And the thing is, they're not actors. And they do well in music videos, although Nate Jenny does his head bobbing thing, and Pat Smear does like jumping playing guitar, and Chris Shiflett just stands in the background and he's cool. Taylor and Dave are generally the ones that get the most attention, but then again, Taylor just rocks out on the drums, and Dave Grohl is very much the most known of the Foo Fighters. That's why he's the lead in the whole movie. But it's safe to say none of them are great actors, and that's perhaps why a lot of the performances are bad. They're just terrible. But they're the Foo Fighters, so you let them away with it, because really the only people that are going to go see Studio 666 are Foo Fighters fans. I don't see why anyone else would go to it. Maybe horror fans, but you know, there's probably bigger titles to go see. Now in saying that, I keep saying going to see. It was a struggle for me to see this movie. Not because I didn't want to see it, it's because nowhere around showed it. It wasn't in any movie theater near me. Even the next town over, it wasn't over there either. So I had to wait for it to come available on VOD. I had to get some help from other friends in other countries to make sure I could access that VOD. So if you're going to watch Studio 666, you've kind of got to go in with the opinion that, you know, it's not going to be an Oscar winner. It's not going to be one of the greatest horror movies of all time. It's supposed to be fun. But what I will say is for the majority of the movie, it flows really well. The pacing is really strong, by which I mean it keeps your attention for a lot of it. There's a lot of stupid things. There is some good jokes. Lionel Richie's cameo was a particular highlight for me. That part is absolutely fantastic. But the movie certainly slows down at the end. They have one boss fight too many. And overall, the movie is fairly generic and cheesy, with some big gore scenes, but as I mentioned, they're all kind of ruined because they're in the trailer. Maybe I just need to stop watching movie trailers altogether because they seem to ruin movies for me nowadays. If I hadn't seen the trailer, would I have enjoyed this movie a little bit more? Possibly. I think there would have been a few more jumping out of your seat moments, holy crap moments. But the movie didn't really have anything stand out to it. It's not really going to be a movie that I go back and watch again, even as a big Foo Fighters fan. I kind of put it in the same vein of a Pick of Destiny, like with Tenacious D. They had their movie. It wasn't loved when it came out, but it kind of became a cult classic afterwards. Maybe Studio 666 could fall into that category. Unsurprisingly, some great music throughout. Not just the big Foo Fighters-y type of powerful rock songs. There's some very good compositions in there. Some of the practical effects and special effects in the movie are pretty damn good too. And overall, it's not the worst movie I've watched this year. There's certainly far, far, far worse movies out there than Studio 666. But I'd love to hear your opinions, especially if you're a Foo Fighters fan of Studio 666. What did you make of that? It was something. It was something. So when it comes down to a rating out of 10 for Studio 666, it will be very easy to give it a 6 because a lot of 6s in there. But for me, as I mentioned, it's nothing special, but it's not the worst movie I've ever watched. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. mainly for Pat Smear, best actor in the Foo Fighters.